Hello everyone. This is going to be a God of War Ragnarok build video. Um, this video will contain spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled, I'll give you 5 seconds to leave the video. Okay, well, here we go. So first off, our build is mainly focused on luck. Um, the luck is going to be our primary source of damage. Um, First off, our weapons, our Grip of the Nine Realms, Pommels of the Nine Realms, Mighty Olympic Sarder, and the Rod of the Nine Realms all give us luck. Um, the luck is going to increase our chance of proccing our armor. So the moderate luck chance to increase the strength, runic, or luck of one of his Kratos' weapons. So I'm not sure if it's all three on any of one of the weapons or if it's the respective stat. I can't really tell, but still, it's a moderate luck chance. We have 260 luck. That's very good. And then the other luck based thing we're using is the guiding light set. One out of the two pieces, just so we get the base 4% crit chance, and melee attacks have a luck chance to critically strike. So basically, what that's saying is we have a luck chance, which is 260. I'm not sure what number that is as a percent. I just know it's extremely high, plus the 4% base chance. So we have 260 luck chance plus 4% base chance to critically hit. You will critically hit fairly often, and you will notice it. It's like kind of like a yellow explosion on an enemy. You can go to Niflheim training grounds and test that out if you want to see how often it crits. But you will crit fairly often over the course of a boss fight. It is extremely worth it, in my opinion, with the amount of damage you get off of the critical hits. Now, the reason why we don't increase that chance by another 4% is because we want to activate realm shifts. And that kind of ties in with the pommels and the grip of the nine realms here, because we also activate realm shifts with these whenever we pop permafrost or immolation. But we have increased damage during realm shifts, not only because we can fit attacks during the slow time, which allows us to stagger or interrupt enemies, but also because of our amulet. The emblem of the nine realms allows us to get more melee damage during realm shifts. So that's all of your weapons, uh, just not anything that's thrown. So like throwing the axe, throwing the spear will not have increased damage during the realm shift. But you're going to be meleeing the enemy at all times, anyways. So um, that's what we use realm shift for. And then Alfheim's amulet set ties in because we proc realm shift off of last second dodges. So a last second dodge gives us the additional strength, additional damage, um, and the additional strength on the next attack is very good for single hit runics. So runics such as Hell's Touch, where it's a flash, or Nemean Crush, where it's just one big hit, are amplified greatly by the Alfheim set. Um, Now, as far as accessories go for Freya or Atreus, depending on what stage of the game you're in, um, we want to be using sigil arrows. Sigil arrows put a status effect on the enemy called Hex, and Hex basically increases the amount of status the enemy receives. So whenever we're using Blades of Chaos, the amount of burn the enemy is receiving is increased. And whenever burn procs, meaning like whenever they start burning, the hex is used up and it like explodes. And any further applications of hex while they're burning makes them explode. And so basically, we just want to increase how fast we can apply hex. So knocked proficiency is extremely, extremely good at doing this. Every third runic arrow fires an additional 3 arrows, and each one is amplified by the sigil amplification. Uh, so you're going to be applying hex extremely often. Just make sure that they're not already hexed and they're not dodging anytime soon, and you'll almost always have them hexed for pretty much majority of the fight, unless you're proccing explosions with the burn status. Um, and then runic potency is really good because we want to keep Freya's summon on cooldown. So her runic summon Steel Harmony. Whenever you use it, every 100 seconds, just use it immediately. It'll stagger and interrupt pretty much any enemy whenever it's used. And while it's on cooldown, you get increased status applied from runic arrows. So basically, all in all, applying sigil or the hex status is extremely efficient with these accessories. Um, and the reason why we're using Steel Harmony specifically is number one, I'm not sure if I have all of them. Number two, it has a short cooldown. Number three, it staggers pretty well. I don't think I've seen a case where an enemy is not staggered by Steel Harmony. And fourth, the Bifrost. Bifrost is very good, especially since the only way Kratos can get Bifrost is by using the spear, um, where he like siphons the element out of an enemy. Um, so having Freya being able to apply Bifrost, especially with Mordor, is extremely handy. You can chunk parts of bosses' health bars off just with Bifrost. So yeah, that's basically it for Freya as far as skills and accessories go. Um, Now, as far as my runic choices, Hell's Touch is very good just because it's a very, very quick stun. It's a very quick cast time. I don't think I. Okay, I do. So, like, you can pop it, like, as soon as I press the button, it, like, goes off. And you can flash it twice. So, um, it is very good for getting that stagger in or interrupting a boss attack, even if you're not in a realm shift. It's very handy to do. Breath of Thalmor, it does a very decent amount of damage and it keeps enemies staggered. As long as the boss does not have stagger resistance while you're casting this, you are completely safe. Um, Now, I know there have been several instances with one of the berserkers where they'll exit the range at which Breath of Thalmor like staggers them. Like they're not in the radius of the AOE, so they're free to use that jump attack where they jump in the air and then they land on you, and that could kill you if you're stuck in this. However, most of the time you want to use this near the start of the fight where the enemy has no stagger resistance. So you would do like you typically want to like realm shift into Breath of Thalmor, and then use Freya's summon ability. Um, but basically, it's you want to use Breath of Thalmor when the stagger resistance goes down on the enemy. Otherwise, you're just gonna be a target dummy for the boss. Blades of Chaos, Rampage of the Furies comes out pretty quickly. It has a lot of hits on it, so it has lots of chances to crit and lots of chances to give us the Blessed buff from our chest piece because it's on any hit. It applies a decent amount of burn as well, especially with Hex. And Nemean Crush is just super, super good, especially with last second dodges. If the enemy has no stagger resistance, uh, or as in they're not they can't as long as they can be interrupted, then this is extremely good because Nemean Crush plus this Alfheim buff that we get, where Kratos' next attack is empowered, is really good. You'll chunk boss health bars or pieces of the boss health bar. I'm not going to say entire health bars, um, but it does a great amount of damage. I don't think I'm going to use anything else other than this. And the mortars that come out of it help apply burn as well. As for the spear, basically we just want things that constantly stagger or constantly hit the enemy, and put spears inside the boss. So Thrust of a Thousand Soldiers, which is the first one you get, I think, and then Artillery of the Ancients is also one of the first ones you get. Uh, I find this one is honestly probably the best, mainly because it tracks. Wherever the boss runs or walks, the boss can like do extremely long dodges and dashes forward and backwards, and this will track them 100%. It will follow them and it will stagger them. So I highly recommend using this one. It embeds a lot of spears, and whenever you detonate them, you get the strength buff from the Olympic Soror. Um, so that's extremely handy. Now, I'm only using Rond of the Nine Realms because of the luck that we get off of it. The realm shift does not proc very often, even with a high amount of luck. Maybe it's because I don't parry very often. But I don't know. I guess the realm shift is handy when you get the parry off, but I think it's only about 1.5 seconds. So it's decent, but you're kind of locked into the parry animation for some of that time when you do the parry during the realm shift. So yeah, it's all right. We're using it for the luck to increase our crit chance and our chance of getting the blessing on our weapons. Um, Now for the Spartan Rage, I highly prefer Wrath. Wrath is a one use. Um, as it says, it consumes a chunk, and you charge an enemy with the weapon. So it's basically pop, charge, hit. Um, and it is in my experience, it is a get out of jail free card every single time. So like if you're about to get hit by a boss or an enemy, or you want to tank a hit that would kill you, you would just pop Wrath. Just pop it. It's gonna stagger them, or you're just gonna not die from the damage that you would take. It does a very decent amount of damage. I highly recommend using Blades of Chaos for the Wrath, mainly because this plus spamming the Hex arrows applies a bunch of status, or a bunch of burn, I should say. So yeah, that's why I use Wrath. Fury is okay, mainly because you get healed during it. Valor I don't like because it relies on you getting hit. Um, because you're healing the damage you take. And Give Me God of I should say, uh, I am on Give Me God of War. Um, so on Give Me God of War, you're basically dying in 2 to 3 hits anyways. And as far as I know, the heal from Valor does not heal you that much. And even then, I think dealing more damage, applying more status, and trying to kill the boss as fast as you can is much more efficient than trying to recover from your mistakes. Um, so basically, burn if you kill the boss as fast as you can. That's uh, less opportunity for you to mess up in general. Because the longer you drag out the fight, the more chances you have to mess up. So our build is focusing on trying to kill the boss as fast as possible with crits, um, getting bonuses from last second evasions, and I mean that's pretty much it. So as for the relic, um, the Hilt of Skofnung is after you kill all the berserkers, um, and you can only do this in the end game because there's a certain area in Vanaheim that you can only get to when the game ends, I think. Um, Maybe not. I could be wrong. I think that I think no, actually, you get there through the side quest Scent of Survival, and that's how you get one of the Berserker shrines. So it may not be an in-game thing. Either way, I think it's very good. It might be better than the slow time hilt, the hilt of Hope Food that you get from Heimdall. I think mainly because the flat damage that you get from the relic is extremely high, and as far as ads go, like mobs, um, this will keep them staggered, and they explode, and it can knock them into the air. And the explosions do deal a decent amount of damage. Um, However, the Realm Shift relic is extremely good as well, mainly because we have increased damage during Realm Shifts, so kind of a given. So, plus you can get a lot of skills off during this Realm Shift. Um, you have to be careful though, because sometimes enemies do not stop their attack when you proc this. So if you pop it and the enemy is mid swing, you can get hit by their swing while you're in the realm shift. So you have to be careful. Um, but Hail to Skofnung so far, I've enjoyed it. Um, so that's it for pretty much the gear. Um, Basically anything luck that you can get your hands on, go for it. Because we want more crits, we want more blessed buffs on our weapons, and realm shifts are a little side bonus, and they help fit more attacks in the fight overall. Um, Hex arrows are extremely good with Freya. Keep them up at all times, especially with burn. Burn status is very good. Um, so yeah, that's about it for the gear and all that. As far as skills, um, I have to say the dodge attacks are probably the most useful ones, and putting momentum on pretty much as many things as you can is the most important thing you can do. Uh, Being able to get immolation and permafrost is very good, especially if you want to apply one of those statuses. Um, the Scorch Sweep is extremely good. It's very good at interrupting. It applies a very good amount of burn, and it does a very decent amount of damage. I highly recommend using this skill when you can, and it's not messing up your combo or your momentum during the fight. Um, I have Element on it just because I want more burn status. Um, Evasive Embers and Burst and the Element token is very good. Um, the sprint attacks, I mainly use the light one, uh, just as a closer. I need to get close to them, so uh, I'm probably gonna put momentum on this one. Yeah, I'll go and put momentum on it. Um, and then momentum on Chaotic Rampage. I might put burn on the final one where it adds the final hit, where he does that cross slash right there. But probably momentum on everything else. Uh, so yeah. As far as it's basically the same with the Leviathan X. Um, I would never, in my opinion, I would never use these stance swaps. In my experience, they're trash. You're better off just maintaining your combo and staying close to the boss and not interrupting your attack whatsoever to swap stances. Um, and Pride of the Frost, I think this might actually be decent. I just don't use it. I don't like being stuck in that slow animation near the end. Um, so yeah, that's about it. Freya, I mean, just max out everything. I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. If you guys have any ideas or comments or anything, let me know. Um, and I'll be sure to look at everything you guys tell me. Um, so yeah, peace out.